Hello, we want to factor the expression negative 12x plus 6x plus 12x minus 24. Factoring is useful for solving equations or for sometimes finding zeros so you can draw graphs or for other things, but factoring is very important. First thing we're going to do to solve this problem is I'm going to rewrite the expression here. Negative 12x plus 6x squared plus 12x equals minus 24. Sorry. The first thing you should recognize is that you can cancel out some of the terms here. You have a negative 12x and you have a plus 12x. Well, negative 12x plus 12x is 0x, so those cancel out. You could still do the problem even if you didn't recognize that at first, but it'll make it a lot easier this way. So now all we have is 6x squared minus 24. We're going to try to factor that. Well, this 6 right here and this 24 are both evenly divisible by 6. So let's factor out a 6 from both terms. That gives us 6 times the quantity x squared minus 4. There's only one more step to go to finish this. What we need to do is factor this x squared minus 4. When you factor an expression that has a variable to the second power, it's usually going to be of the form like I'm writing here. There's going to be x plus or minus something times another x plus or minus something. And what you want to do is you want to have it so that this number and this number, when multiplied together, give you this number. A little bit of this is trial and error, but once you do several of them, you'll begin to see the pattern, and it becomes fairly easy. So what I would do is just try putting in some numbers here and here that can give you 4 when multiplied together. The first one I would try is 2 and 2, because 2 and 2 times 2 is 4, right? Well, that's fairly easy. Now all we need to do is determine which of these signs is correct. Well, we know that eventually we want a negative 4 right here. So one of the signs is going to have to be positive, and one of them is going to have to be negative. In this case, it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and write this as 6 times x plus 2 times x minus 2. And our expression is completely factored here. The way to check this would be to use the FOIL method, and multiply this out to see if we get our original expression. Well, let's go ahead and do FOIL. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. 2 times x is positive 2, or sorry, positive 2x. And 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. These cancel out. And that leaves us with 6 times x squared minus 4, which is the same thing as our original expression up here. So that's good. We know that we factored it correctly. Now what would it look like if you had factored it incorrectly? Let's suppose that instead of choosing 2's, you had chosen a 4 and a 1, because 4 times 1 is 4 as well. Let's see how we would recognize that as wrong. Let's suppose we chose x plus 4 and x minus 1 as our factors. Well, if we use FOIL to evaluate this, or to multiply it out, That'll give us 6x squared minus x plus 4x minus 4. Simplify that a little bit, it gives us 6 times x squared plus 3x minus 4. Well, this right here is not the same as our original expression, 6x squared minus 24. So that right there tells you that these factors would be wrong. X plus 4 and x minus 1 would not be correct.